Howdy, all you delicious people. This game is called Idle Plague. Evidently, whoever put this game out, because it's early access, has a weird and sick sense of humor. I guess I have a weird, sick sense of humor for playing it on this platform. I hope that there's nobody who dislikes this video just because of me playing it. Um, Reasonably, one thing that I could mention is for the next couple days. I am going to be, if I wasn't at home already, I gotta be at home. I gotta be at home for reasons. I'm not sick. If you guys watched me for the last couple episodes or last couple of videos that I put out, I haven't sounded sick. To be honest, there's been times where I've had headaches, but that has pretty much been just from lack of sleep. I am, yeah, because I get migraines from light sensitivity, hence the headaches or hence the migraines. Um, I feel healthy, so ultimately I'm not like ultimately the reason for just um, staying home is a precautionary measure. Cautionary measure just to for the safety of um, safety safety purposes, whatever. I don't want to get in much more into it because it's like really I feel healthy, I feel fine, so why mention it more than that? Because yeah, so for the next 3 days, if I wasn't at home anyways, I am at home, so here we are. So stay healthy, everybody. I hope that this uh, coronavirus uh, goes away. Because ultimately, this is just ridiculous. It's just you gotta everybody is just this is just it's just it's just crazy. So if anything, one thing instead of mentioning to donate to me personally, I honestly want you guys to donate to the Red Cross. There are several times where I mentioned, hey, please donate to the channel, help us out in technical sense. Don't do that right now. I would honestly say if you have some money to spare because um, you are currently still employed and working, because seemingly with that, every day is every day. It's just people are not able to go to work. So seemingly because yeah recently like I found out like um yeah like there are people that I know that or have kind of just jobs, and it seems like every day that their hours are like being cut or shortened, or complete weeks of schedule are completely vanishing. And it's just wow, okay, all right, I didn't know this was going on, so I don't know. Ah, you are at here at last. Dr. X created me in a freak accident. I am the almighty superbug. Well, that's great. He hasn't noticed me yet, but he will soon. Now that you are here, we can start taking over the world. You can start by infecting Dr. X, our potential zero. Infect your first host. Okay, excellent. Now let's take him over. Tap the produce 10 toxins. Use multiple fingers to tap faster. Okay, how long do I have to do this for? Good job. Now upgrade your tapper microbe to generate more toxins per tap. Can you get him to level 5? Okay. But yeah, I have kind of really researched and tried to really, besides just kind of going through a lot of stuff and just trying to just kind of get like a regular kind of day of just kind of watching a movie or kind of listening to just kind of people talk about normal things. I've also kind of heard a lot of people talk what they've heard. Um, People through other states kind of confirming or giving me a little bit more knowledge that I didn't have the day before. So I know more about what else other people have heard, who I can trust and who I believe um, is being truthful and honest about stuff. Um, because I've heard so many things going on lately. Yeah, like it gets down to a point where like hearing that great new recruit, the new microbes, they will produce toxins for you. Okay, as you notice, toxins are used to upgrade microbes. Upgrading microbes generate host essence. The more you upgrade your microbes, the most host essential or essence uh, you generate. All right, all right. Um, but yeah, it's just um, so many people are being just so nice and so kind lately with everything that's going on. Man, I know reasonably um Tom Hanks' son has let people know out what kind of what's going on with Tom Hanks and his and Tom Hanks's wife. Um, Kind of letting us know that it's like, hey, like ultimately, I like one of his um like one of the friends of his is like, yeah, like hey, like my father like he's doing well and stuff like that, and ultimately um like hey, just so you know, like considering um like hey, I had spent time with I had picked up your daughter from like for school or something like that or whatever, and it was like hey, if you think that you want to like if you think that you want to get like your daughter tested because maybe you think that I ultimately or whatever, it's like no man, like hey, like reasonably like for again, like if you're running a fever and you feel like you're in danger and stuff like that, it's like ultimately like all of this is just another kind of flu, it's another kind of cold. um yeah, it's just reasonably just like hey man, just really just take care of your body. Reasonably a lot of people like right now, I know for me, like I used to weigh like 300 pounds and now I'm roughly around 270. And like yeah, I just like I feel good, I feel healthy. Like yeah, 270 is not like probably the healthiest weight to be at, but at least it's not over 300. um so ultimately it's just like hey, it's like ultimately for me, I kind of I don't eat a lot. I kind of I really just kind of only eat when I'm really hungry. Um and that's been for a while now. It's not just because people could question, it's like, oh, well, you must feel ill because you don't eat. No, like I haven't really been eating very much for a while now because I've just decided to do that because ultimately I'm just like, yeah, I'm just instead of having like a having to just do like a ton of meals when I wake up, like having to do like 3 meals and like try to really go and like create my own like breakfast, lunch, and dinner within the time that I'm up and stuff like that. I'm like, no, like I'm just gonna have one really good meal, and then after that, I'm just gonna kind of just like have little snacks like cheeses or something like that, or um, some kind of like little thing um, as like a snack. And ultimately, like yeah, it's I'm not saying that's the way that you're supposed to go about this. I'm not saying that's like the healthiest way to do whatever. I'm just like that's what just kind of like for me it's just I'm not saying that like that's the way people should live their life. No. Um like that's not my whatever ill like avoid illness diet. No. Like that's just the thing that I've been incorporating for a while now, for months now, and just ultimately yeah, it's just again yeah, I haven't felt anything out of the ordinary. So listen to me when I say it's like, oh, he's the one now. He has the corona. No, I feel fine. Nobody have sympathy for me. Um Nobody like, oh no, it was quarantine. Oh, that's too bad. It's like, yeah, well, it's like eventually with a contagious illness, yeah, this um whether you live with somebody that could quite possibly have symptoms, you're gonna be quarantined as well. Cause yeah, it's like you got to be concerned about like bathroom and like everybody poops in the same room, stuff like that, and like yeah, it's just um I know for me, it's most of the time when I would say um I think I have a pretty good immune system, but ultimately like if like someone if someone were to get sick and I'd be around them, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna get sick. Like I'm probably gonna get sick. Um but ultimately I'm just like, well hey, like at the end of the day, um I have I've worked out for 10 years. Um I've heavily worked out, and I mean heavily worked out for 10 years. Um I was when I was a kid, like man was I just like I was sick, and I mean sick a lot. Like to the point where like I remember like missing like 2 weeks of school because I just seemed to just like have these things that like every time I'd go to the doctor, I'd just be like, "Hey doc, what's up with this?" Like I'm not feeling too well, and then the doctor would just be like, well yeah, it's a virus. It's like it's just got to work through your system, and like that's the whole thing. Like even if they say that there's going to be a cure for this virus, realize that it's a virus. It has to go through your system. Maybe eventually you're gonna get some kind of what is it called? Um, your immune system is going to be built up through this, and there might be factors of you maybe not getting this again if you were to get it. Not saying that I have it, because ultimately I feel good. I feel ultimately, who knows, through other days, um I might say this now, and other days might change, but um ultimately, when looking at all this, it's just like, hey, like when it comes down to it, it's like I've through my life like done everything possible to uh yay, you received this. Okay. Great work. Here's a token of my gratitude. Now recruit all of the rest of the microbes available so you can kill Dr. X. The HP bar in the host map can give you an idea how many you have left. Alright, I have received that as well. Um, wow, okay, we got a different environment going on here. So skin visit, okay. Alright, let's visit. Yeah, let's stay in the mouth, I guess. Which sounds weird to say. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. I'm hoping the best for everybody health wise and stay safe and all that rigmarole that I've probably been saying for days now. Um, I I have another video that I probably should do. Thanking for everybody for being a part of the channel. Um, because we're at 645 subscriptions to the second of this recording. Um, I don't know how it's still happening. Ultimately, views have been going down recently, but that's completely fine because looking at it, it's like it's like um, there's only so long of a shelf life that this channel could have to where like um, there's only so many times where a video can go really really well, and so I've kind of really been thankful for a lot of the stuff that's been um, going on in the channel lately. But yeah, it's just stuff happens. So you just gotta kind of roll with like whatever the next thing is. But yeah, it's just like at the end of the day, yeah, we don't all know everything. We don't all know everything. But we do can know as much as we can. Um, so yeah, it's just we'll just take this day by day, because that's kind of what we've been kind of taking everything day by day. Because ultimately we're finding out news every day of vaccines and stuff like that. They're supposedly coming. Um, but ultimately, yeah, again, like I'm not saying go to the hospital because you have a cough, but if you're running a fever, why like if why not just go? If you feel you're running a fever, if you're kind of like if your body is telling you you should probably go to the doctor, then you should probably go. But um, I know for me, I was just kind of like, yeah, I don't want to go to the doctor. And then plus two, like all that they're gonna really tell you is really just like, hey, just stay at home and kind of just like it's got to pass through your system. So yeah, it's just kind of like that's ultimately what I was thinking is like yeah, they'll just tell you to go home. If anything, they'll probably um for a virus, but ultimately that doesn't mean that like stubbornly just um like if you have a fever and you have a dangerous fever and but you're just like well they're just gonna send me home anyway like there is probably a portion of level of things where you should probably just go to the doctor. Let them know beforehand that you're coming, and then you have these symptoms, this and that. Um, but yeah, that it's just, yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just repeating the same stuff I've been saying for days now. Because a lot of times it's just, what more can you say besides, hey, I saw a movie today? Or, hey, I heard this new thing about stuff that's going on. Because ultimately, a lot of what I've been watching is either the news or either, um, it's either been the news or it's either been kind of interviews about stuff where people would be talking about. Seems like you're getting the hang of it. You can use the booster for powerful benefits. Check them out. Buy a slot to equip your booster. All right. Oops. Yeah, let's do that. Great. Now you can equip a booster. You can get more slots later to equip booster or equip booster. But yeah, no, we'll do that later. But yeah, I don't know how much to really record of this because yeah, it's just kind of me just clicking on a picture consistently. So yeah, like I don't know. Again, this could probably be in bad taste, but ultimately at the end of the day, it's just pretty much talking about it all the time. Whether you want to hear it or not. Some people have their own perspective about it. I've heard kind of all different wides of spectrums of people talking about it. People just kind of really just bringing up the whole like grocery aspect of it, where it's like all the groceries are gone. We don't have any groceries anymore. Um, People like crazily buying like it's Black Friday or double Christmas or something like that, and like nobody quite understands why everybody's doing that. The President Trump is just kind of like, okay, like you can't do this. You can't spend like this is double Christmas or something like that. Um, I have, of course, a relative that has to deliver um, has to deliver produce, has to deliver like food to people through trucks, and yeah, they're having to do crazy overtime because like they can't handle all the orders that are coming in because basically as soon as they drop this stuff off, it's gone. So it's just like, oh my god, it's like and yeah, and just like people are like treating this like it's like the end of the world, and I'm just like, calm down. So yeah, so like, so what? This is just a new thing. It's not the end of days, it's not the end of times. Like we still have time to do and whatever. Like we can't go outside and do, but we're still here. We're still going about um we're still going about our days. We're still here. So as long as we're still here, let's make the best of it. Um let's try to I don't know, just do stuff. Well, I don't know. That sounded kind of bizarre, as if like our days are bizarrely, um, I don't know. But again, there's a quite questionable amount of time where you just say a lot of stuff, and it probably doesn't make any sense because ultimately you gotta fill time. You gotta fill time. Um, yeah. Um, it's kind of interesting how I saw an interview today, and like it just seems like a lot of people are trying as much as possible to just kind of like, okay, like no, we're gonna go about our regular days, we're just gonna talk about the normal stuff. um but then every once in a while people are just like, you know what, I gotta show you stuff from like my perspective of what's going on in my place, and I kind of like that too, because I honestly want to like know how um YouTubers are affected. Like I want like I want to like see how like it's affecting these people's lives because I'm invested in these lives these people's lives because I subscribe to them. Um, I'm invested in their lives because I watch their videos. So I hope that um, all the best any YouTubers out there that are currently doing videos right now and are currently just like yeah, before like I was just doing this for fun. Now I just got to do this because they're out of a job or they don't have this going on or they like what they have is like, well, yeah, I don't have school right now, or I don't have this right now, or I don't have um I'm out of work because I'm out of work because yeah, seemingly everything is seemingly, and I mean everything, even where I don't think it actually applies to what's going on, it seems to apply to what's going on. Um, so yeah, it's just uh, and from what I'm told, like seemingly from every day to day to day, it seems like okay, like you can only have like 10 people within a room. You can only have um, like it went from 50 people within a room to then 10, and I'm like okay, so I don't know. I don't even know how people could realistically do anything at this point if they were gonna do anything, um, because they were healthy, they were fine, um, they were tested and they were tested okay. But what from what I heard, uh, if you're thinking that there's several like the UFC and WWE didn't cancel their events. Um, like they were kind of the last sport things out there. But I'm assuming they're next. I'm assuming they're next because ultimately I just um because ultimately they had to wait for insurance purposes. There's a lot of places that are still waiting for insurance purposes before they go and they close up shop for however long. Um, so yeah, because they need to be cleared by their insurance before they can go and go about doing their stuff. But ultimately, yeah, like again, like even though I'm sitting here now, quarantined to my house, like ultimately it's just like, hey, it's just another day. Ultimately, it's like reasonably with this whole thing, like it's like eventually it's just like, well, hey, it's like stuff happens. You roll with the punches, or roll with whatever's going on in society, and ultimately, I'm just like, nah, okay, just another day. And it is what it is. So I don't know. It's just ultimately, it's just like, all right, well, we're just gonna keep doing videos. Unless like there's some issues with YouTube, which I hope there isn't. Because ultimately, I'm assuming everybody probably from YouTube, probably at this point, is probably working from home or working from offices and stuff like that, and there's no issue with this. A lot of people who probably are working on games right now probably working via home. A lot of the people that can work from home probably are right now. So yeah, or some people that, yeah, it's just what a day we live in. What a time we live in. But I think speaking of time, I think pretty soon here I'm gonna wrap this one up. I probably wasn't thinking about playing this game for 30 minutes, but I guess I don't know. I wasn't paying attention at the time. But yeah, so reasonably, as per usual, I'm gonna try to give you guys. Probably not gonna try to bring this up anymore about the whole coronavirus thing. Because ultimately, I want to give people escapism. I want to give people more reasons to not go into these videos. Because like, ugh, I don't want to hear about this. I want to go to a video to not hear about this. Like, sorry, my bad. But ultimately, hey man, it's just yeah, it's just like I have 30 minutes to fill. I have 30 minutes to fill. Um, all the movies that I've seen normally get to be a movie review, so I can't much talk about that. I'm not doing a specific video talking about coronavirus. I'm not going to do that because I don't think I am a person of either doctrine or whatever um, to really speak out about this. So yeah, I just kind of play this game, and that's what I did. So yeah, so again, I apologize if this game might be in bad taste to anybody, but at the end of the day, I just want to say stay safe, everybody. Try to be as healthy as possible, and at the end of the day, I just want to say goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, everybody.